Okay, let's do this. I want to begin with a truth that changed everything for me. We are not here to simply survive. We are here to rise, to thrive, to build something meaningful not just on the outside, but deep within. To see where we're going, let's take a quick detour. About 6 months ago, I was burnt out. As a mom to 3 boys, I felt unseen, unheard. My husband was working, the kids were demanding, and my dreams were buried under laundry. Then one day, while packing lunches, I stopped. I stared at those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and thought, is this it? Are my ambitions really just packing lunches? That's when the wake-up call hit. I realized I was living on autopilot. You know those moments when you feel stuck? You wonder, is this all there is? When will my turn come? Well, I had one of those moments, but instead of drowning in despair, I chose a different path. I decided to ask myself, what if my turn is now? That simple shift sparked a fire within me. I started visualizing my ideal day. I wanted to wake up feeling excited, not just tired. I craved a career that ignited my passion, not just paid the bills. I dreamed of a life where my well-being wasn't an afterthought, but a priority. Now, here's the game-changing part. This isn't just a personal story, it's a framework for your transformation. Your next chapter isn't written by your past. It's authored by the intention you set now. Before we dive deeper, let's address the elephant in the room. What if you're feeling overwhelmed? Trust me, I've been there. Balancing kids, careers, aging parents, and household responsibilities feels like walking a tightrope. But here's what I've learned. Survival is not failure. It's phase 1 of transformation. Phase 2 is thriving. And here's the secret. It begins with intention. I'm not talking about wishful thinking. I'm talking about focused energy. See, our thoughts shape our reality. Our beliefs determine our altitude. Your perspective is the lens through which you view the world and your life. So if you're feeling stuck, it's not because you're not trying enough. It's because your intentions aren't aligned with your actions. Your beliefs are holding you back. Here's a personal example. When my kids were younger, they struggled with focusing in school. At first, I thought they just needed more structure, but then I realized they were being held back by limiting beliefs. I'll give you an example. One day, I was helping my son Jace with his homework. He was struggling with a math problem, and he started saying things like, "I'm too stupid for this. I hate math. I'll never get this right." Now, I could have said, "Jace, these thoughts aren't helpful. Stop it." But, you know what? That wouldn't have worked. Why? Because those thoughts had become his truth. He believed he was stupid and couldn't do math. And here's the kicker. If you believe you can't do something, you won't even try. So instead of just telling him to stop, I did something different. I asked him why he believed those thoughts. His response, "Because I keep getting problems wrong." I told him that wasn't true. He was just having some challenges with this particular concept. Then I challenged him. I said, "Well, if you believe you can do it, if you believe you're smart enough, I bet you can figure this out." Guess what? It worked. He went from believing he couldn't do it to figuring out the answer within minutes. Here's the science behind it. See, our brains have what's called the reticular activating system. Basically, it filters out millions of bits of information every second. And guess what? It focuses on what you believe. Now, imagine applying this principle to your own life. If you believe you're stuck, you'll see yourself as a victim of circumstances. But if you believe you're capable of change, you'll start seeing opportunities everywhere. And guess what? You're not alone on this journey. Let me introduce you to Lorraine. She's a 58-year-old woman who joined one of my programs. Lorraine has been diabetic for years, and she was feeling stuck. Not just because of her health challenges, but also because she felt like her life lacked purpose. She was lost in a maze of doctor's appointments, medication, and lifestyle restrictions. Then one day, something clicked. She realized that being stuck wasn't just about her health. It was about her mindset. She was letting her diabetes define her rather than defining herself in spite of it. She took charge. Lorraine started setting intentions. She visualized what truly mattered to her, connecting with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, and making a difference in her community. Lorraine didn't just accept her limitations, she began challenging them. And here's the incredible part. Her health improved, and so did her diabetes management. By shifting her mindset, she transformed her life. Lorraine is a shining example of how mindset can change your reality. But remember, intention isn't just a nice, it's a must-have. It's the compass guiding you toward your desired life. Let's talk about something real, something raw, something many of us grapple with. How do you break free from limiting beliefs? Those pesky thoughts that whisper you're too old, it's too late, you're not ready. Well, Here's the antidote. Take a good, hard look at those beliefs and ask yourself, are they really true, or are they just comfortable lies? Because here's the harsh truth. The greatest prison we ever live in is the one built by our own thoughts. Once you realize this, you can dismantle those barriers, brick by brick. Let me share a personal story. When I decided to leave my corporate job and pursue entrepreneurship, everyone around me questioned my sanity. You're too young. You don't have enough experience. It's too risky, they said. For a moment, I wavered. But then I had a realization. Their doubts were their truth, not mine. I knew I had something valuable to offer the world. I just needed to find the courage to showcase it. Here's the thing. Changing your beliefs isn't a one-time fix. It's a series of small shifts that compound over time. It's like climbing a ladder. Each step takes you higher. So start with baby steps. Move from I can't to I'm learning to I'm doing. This process is what I call the belief ladder. It helps you transform your limiting beliefs into empowering ones. And listen, it's okay to start small, even if your progress seems insignificant. It's the stepping stones that lead to significance. Let's face it, we often think reinventing ourselves is for the 20-somethings, not for us. But here's the newsflash, it's never too late. In fact, it's just the beginning. Imagine this. You're in your 50s, your kids have flown the coop, and suddenly you find yourself with more time and freedom than ever before. Now, most people might see this as a loss, a time in life where the adventure ends and the routine begins. But what if I told you it's actually a liberation, a chance to redefine your purpose, reignite your passions, and reclaim your life? This is exactly what happened to one of my clients. After her kids left home, she felt lost. Her marriage was strained and her career felt unfulfilling. But instead of letting this phase break her, she used it to propel her forward. She rediscovered long-forgotten dreams, took up pottery, and started traveling. Within a year, not only did she find her footing, she found a new lease on life. Now, I'm not suggesting that everyone rush to empty their nest. That's not the point. Rather, I'm emphasizing that when challenges arise, we have a choice. We can either let them defeat us or use them as fuel for transformation. Remember, you are allowed to evolve, to change your mind, to begin again with the wisdom you've earned. It's time to address the elephant in the room. You've probably heard advice like be positive or just have faith. But you know what? It's not that simple. There are times when life knocks you down and it hurts. It's painful. But here's the secret. While we can't always control the circumstances, we can control our perspective. You see, positivity isn't about ignoring the negative. It's about choosing to focus on what you can influence. Faith isn't just blind hope. It's a deliberate choice to trust in a higher power, even when the path ahead seems unclear. And guess what? These choices aren't just for you. They have a ripple effect. When you choose intentionality, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of hope in someone else's storm. So what does this look like in practice? Well, let me share some simple shifts that made a big difference for me. First, start your day with intention. Instead of jumping into the daily chaos, take a few moments for yourself, reflect on what you're grateful for, and set an intention for the day. It's like setting the tone for a beautiful song. Second, audit your language. Are you constantly saying I have to? I need to? Stop it. Replace those phrases with I get to, because when you say I have to, you're focusing on obligations. When you say I get to, you're focusing on opportunities. Third, calibrate your energy. Be mindful of the inputs that shape your state. Choose books, podcasts, and even friends that uplift you. Avoid those who drain your energy without adding value. Fourth, create vision rituals. This could be as simple as writing down your goals, creating a vision board, or making a list of reasons why you're amazing. Fifth, do a gut check. How's your body feeling? Are you nourishing it with good food and movement? Your physical state directly influences your mental and emotional well-being. Remember, small changes compound over time. They rewrite your identity, one good decision at a time. Look, we all want to make a difference in the world. We dream of leaving a legacy. But here's the wake-up call. Legacy isn't some distant dream. It starts today with every small act of kindness, every risk you take, every time you choose intention over fear. You're building your legacy. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and picture a world without those who dared to dream, without those who chose intention over fear. Would we have art? Would we have innovation? Would we have progress? The answer is no. Your story, your courage, your very presence matters. it makes a difference. You're not here to be a martyr. You're here to be a model. Someone who faced challenges, stumbled, picked themselves up, and kept moving forward. You're not here to suffer in silence. You're here to empower others by sharing your story. You see, intention isn't selfish, it's selfless. It's about contributing, not just consuming. Contributing to the world, contributing to your community, contributing to the lives of those around you. So let me ask you this: what contribution are you waiting to make? So you're not alone on this journey. There's a growing movement of women who are choosing intention. Together, we can amplify each other's voices. We can support and encourage one another. We can lift each other up when the going gets tough. If you're part of this movement, if you're ready to rise and thrive, I want you to stand up and say it loud. Say it with pride. Say it with conviction. You were born to rise. You were built to thrive. And everything that tried to break you just revealed how deeply you were meant to rise. Now, it's time to take action. Click the subscribe button below, and let's embark on